Well, from time to time, I have a client call me. Usually they're a dentist or a chiropractor or even a real estate developer, somebody who's got a day job, and they'll call me and they say, I'm trading Forex. And some of them have called and said, well, I'm going to be out of practice by the end of the year. I'm trading Forex. I've got a system and I'm learning to do it. And in between patients, I run to my computer and I'm checking my Forex. And honestly, I cringe every time I hear that from a client, because I'm thinking, you went to medical school and now you're about to give up medicine to trade Forex, and inevitably, I have yet to have anybody ultimately retire from their day job.
Right.
So tell me what's happening there. How does that work? I mean, how can someone like you make a living at Forex, and someone like that, very smart people,
right,
end up ultimately?
Well, the answer is what you just said. They went to school to study medical school. I practice Forex, and that's where I got my training.
Okay.
It's very hard to make a living doing Forex.
Yeah.
In fact, I do explain in my book that you first start, of course, as a part-time and have fun with it, and it's only when you can double what you make that you may consider continue.
Right.
In the old times, trading was just like equities. You had indicators, you had maybe systems, you had things you like, and then you follow it and you can make money at it. And people usually fail because, again, psychology beats it. There's the famous greed fear,
right,
that will guide a trader, and they stay long when they lose and they cut short when they win, and it's exactly the opposite you're supposed to do. And in that respect, it's the same as trading the stock market. But now we've got inventors that actually created a system where you actually don't even have to be there. There are systems that work behind the scene, as you can watch it on your screen if you want or not, and they give a pretty decent return. And it's a lot of fun, and you can add to it, which is the thing. What I do with my training, I compare it with other indicators that I have and see, well, I agree with the system or I don't agree with the system. And you can fine tune it, but you don't have to. But what you do have to do is use acute money management. And that's another key of success in this industry.
It's funny because I have a friend who's a professional poker player.
Oh, good.
And when you're talking, the things that make Forex successful are the exact same things that he indicates makes you a good poker player. Money management, knowing when to stay, when to go, when to cut your losses, staying in too long when you're down,
exactly,
trying to chase that dragon's tail and fix the loss for the day instead of saying, wow, today is over, that's it, we're done.
That's right.
So in your experience, what mindset is there a type of personality that you find is a good Forex trader? Can you
probably the same as
like the poker player, exactly, the gambler, in other words.
Well, a professional. Well, in a way, it's money management is really not that difficult. And Forex, and I don't know anything about poker, so I can't compare to that. But in Forex, returns, around 10-15% a month are not incredibly difficult to reach.
10-15% a month.
Yeah, I would say that our systems go between 6 to 30, 35, whatever.
Okay.
And again, let me actually make sure that you understand that as poker probably is high risk, high return.
Right.
But that's where money management comes in. So if you do that kind of return, let's say an average of 10% a month, well, after 10 months, you would have doubled your income, right? Well, double your capital, rather.
Sure.
So it's very simple. One thing you can do is, once you do that, the first 10 months, you take your original money back, put it wherever you want, and now you play with the bank's money.
Exactly like the strategy when you go to Vegas. Try to double your money, then take yours back. Play with the casino's money.
So all you really want is a system that will hold for 10 months. And then
but that doesn't really make sense to me, because if you only want a system that holds for 10 months, as in Vegas, ultimately you will double your money at some point. Maybe it might take you 3 or 4 times of losing it all before you figure out how to double it. But once you do, aren't you then just playing the roulette wheel of odds against you?
Well, with other people's money, you are.
Yeah, but in my mind, once I've gained it, it's not other people's money anymore. It's mine.
And you know what? I've heard that before, and I agree with you, of course, because you did put some time into it, and it is still your money. Well, because now you're okay. What I'm just taking the side of I don't want to lose my money,
right?
And then because there's another thing psychologically is when you are playing with other people's money, you feel way more relaxed. Because when people have their own money in it, hard-earned money, right?
There's an emotional.
There's an emotion. I'm going to lose it, whatever. And now you're just relaxed, and you actually are in a better psychologically control of your emotions.
And that's what's really interesting to me, because that's where I see the most mistakes with money made is when there's a confusion between the emotional reaction, attachment to what's going on and what the numbers would say, what the book would say for you to do. You made a statement when we were talking before we turned the cameras on that the real money in Forex is made by people who work for other people. Can you